Chapter 81. Something huge happened. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 81. Something huge happened. Translator. Atlas Studios editor. Atlas Studios. The corners of Lin Yan's mouth twitched. Thanks for your compliments. I guess I lead a charmed life. Duo studied Lin Yan's long, disheveled hair. She seemed to be wearing a shapeless black sack. Duo now understood why she hadn't been recognized. You should at least wash your hair, even if you don't put on makeup or wear proper clothes. Have you completely given up on yourself? Where is the image that you built? It's crumbling. However, Lin Yan did look much better now compared to when she had thick makeup on. She always looked as white as a sheet. Lin Yan's mouth twitched once more. What kind of image did she have? She was portrayed as a frail, clean and innocent girl. If she maintained this image well, she would be as well loved as the nation's angel, Lin Shuya. However, if the image crumbled, she would be condemned and hated by everyone, especially girls. This was what had happened to Lin Yan, who everyone thought was conniving and scheming. Lin Shuya had been the one managing Lin Yan's Weibo account. Once, Lin Shuya had made a post about Lin Yan hurting her finger. The wound had been hardly visible and had looked as though it would heal in a minute. Other than getting embroiled in scandals and boosting her popularity, this Weibo post had to be one of Lin Yan's most infamous incidents. Thus, Lin Yan had been thinking hard about a brand new image and now had a plan for herself. Darling Duo, don't be so concerned about my life and death. This is an issue my haters are concerned about. Lin Yan rolled her eyes at Duo and asked, where is Sister Ling? Duo looked solemn and upset as she beckoned for Lin Yan to come forward. Then, she whispered, Sister Ling is in the office. She must be in a bad mood. What happened? Duo quipped, something huge. Jiang Sifei is jumping ship to another company. Lin Yan was really shocked and Duo dropped this explosive news. Jiang Sifei is jumping ship. How could this be? Isn't she Sister Ling's most trusted artiste? If Lin Yan was the biggest blot in Zhao Hongling's career, then Jiang Sifei would have to be Zhao Hongling's pride. Duo appeared dejected. Exactly. Sister Ling groomed her from a girl who knew nothing to the popular artiste she is right now. She spent so much time and effort on her, and she indeed had the potential to become a top celebrity. However, Jiang Sifei dropped this bomb at this critical juncture and said that she wants to jump ship. She has gone overboard. Lin Yan was suspicious. When did this happen? I wasn't aware of anything. Duo sighed heavily. It's not surprising that you didn't know. It happened this morning and it was really unexpected. She had an argument with Sister Ling first thing in the morning and she left in a huff. Lin Yan's face darkened before she drawled, her contract isn't up yet, and the penalty fee should be a huge sum. There can't be many companies who could afford this penalty. Summit Entertainment, Victory Entertainment, Splendid Production, Stormy Era, House of Millions Media. Out of these companies, Summit Entertainment was known for being strict and only accepting top celebrities. Thus, Jiang Sifei obviously wasn't qualified enough. Victory Entertainment was trying to follow in Summit Entertainment's footsteps by becoming more stringent with the selection process. Stormy Era only promoted their own artists, while Splendid Production had been having funding problems recently. The only possibility could be House of Millions Media, which is a subsidiary of Victory Entertainment. They have been expanding furiously lately. Duo was surprised when she heard her. Sister Yan. You are spot on. It's indeed House of Millions Media. They have been trying to poach numerous celebrities lately. I despise these companies the most. Instead of grooming their own, they go around poaching from others. Duo hissed angrily. Chapter 82. The most popular celebrity. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 82. The most popular celebrity translator. Atlas Studios editor. Atlas Studios' Lin Yen didn't appear to be too affected. She merely smiled nonchalantly. They have the money. Besides, they are playing by the rules. Duo seemed startled, as Lin Yen had always appeared to be clueless about these matters. It didn't occur to her that Lin Yen would be able to perform such a thorough analysis and even guess the right company. She almost couldn't believe her own ears when Lin Yen analyzed this. How is Sister Ling now? Asked Lin Yen. Duo snapped back to reality and replied helplessly, how do you think she is? Sister Ling was finally promoted to director of the artist department after such a long time. Now that Jiang Xifei left, her sales will drop tremendously. Zhao Hongling was known for being strong-headed and decisive. Hence, she had offended many people in the company over the years. However, her results were excellent and she had groomed the only celebrity of the company, Jiang Xifei, who had been headed right to the top. Thus, the rest could only seethe helplessly in jealousy. Now that Jiang Xifei had left, the outlook for Zhao Hongling's position wasn't very positive. Lin Yen patted Duo's shoulders. Let's go. Take me to Sister Ling. Duo led Lin Yen to Sister Ling's office. Sister Ling, Lin Yen is here. Duo glanced worriedly at Zhao Hongling and whispered to Lin Yen, Sister Ling is feeling upset now. Don't take up too much of her time. She will get even more upset if she talks to you. Lin Yen was speechless. Indeed, she couldn't refute that. Sister Ling. Lin Yen waved and greeted her. Every time she saw Zhao Hongling, she always looked busy, as if she was in a constant rush. However, she now sat behind her desk, looking quiet and deep in thought. Zhao Hongling glanced at Lin Yen without any change in her expression. Come in and sit down. Zhao Hongling had always been a strong, tenacious woman. Thus, Lin Yen had no idea how to comfort her. She coughed to clear her throat. Sister Ling, don't be too upset over Jiang Xifei's departure. You still have me. I just clinched a role in director Zhang's new movie and I'm swept in dating rumors with an awarding-winning actor. I have an army of haters boosting my popularity. This means that I have a bright future ahead of me. Zhao Hongling was speechless. Duo was speechless as well. What gave her the courage to say such things? Although she would be participating in director Zhang's new movie, she was merely a supporting actress. However, she was in constant imminent danger. Why was she so proud as to flaunt her army of haters? She had been slammed. However, Zhao Hongling was amused by her. You seem confident. Lin Yen grinned sheepishly. Of course I am. In the future, I will be your most popular artiste. Duo couldn't help but chuckle. Pfft. I think you will be the most infamous one. But you're already. Duo stole a glance at Lin Yen. She had a feeling that Lin Yen seemed really different today. She hadn't put on any makeup, and her skin was healthy and rosy. In the past, she'd worn thick, dramatic makeup and always chosen inappropriate clothes. For the sake of her image, her makeup had made her look ghastly white every day. However, her change wasn't entirely based on her appearance. In the past, Lin Yen had looked lifeless all the time, as if she hadn't cared about what happened around her. She certainly hadn't promised that she would become the most popular artiste in the future. She was still herself, despite the fact that she was dressed in random clothes. She sat there, casting her prim, proper image away. However, she looked as though she was radiating a glow, and her eyes sparkled like stars. Although the vibe she gave off right now resembled a beggar lying on the street, she looked really pleased and smug. Chapter 83. Salvaging her image. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 83. Salvaging her image. Translator. Atlas Studios editor. Atlas Studios. Zhao Hongling placed a document before Lin Yen. Let's talk about serious stuff now. I've already explained to you your situation. If you want to make a comeback, you have to make changes immediately. It's important that you create a new positive persona to salvage your image. Duo couldn't help but mutter aloud, Sister Ling, are you sure her image can still be salvaged? Lin Yen was speechless. It will indeed be challenging to change everyone's deep-rooted opinion of you. Zhao Hongling glanced at Lin Yen and pointed to the document. These are some samples of the personas that female artists often use. You can refer to them and think of one that you can manage to pull off. Lin Yen picked up the document and began to flip the pages. Let me see. Hardworking and dedicated. This seems good. Duo stared at her in disbelief. Forget it. You had to post on Weibo when you scratched your finger. Plus, your acting is horrible and your talents are almost non-existent. Your work ethic is nowhere to be seen and you've portrayed a fussy image. How can you possibly handle a hardworking and dedicated persona? Lin Yan's mouth twitched silently. Although she wanted to retort, it was true that she had given people that impression. There was no way she could clear her name. Hence, she flipped to the next page. How about a persona with a high IQ and excellent grades? I think this is fitting. Duoduo's eyes widened in shock before she scoffed loudly. Sister Yen, can you be realistic? Everyone knows that you only graduated from high school. You didn't even go to university. How could you be someone with a high IQ and excellent grades? Lin Yen was speechless. She had chosen not to attend university, even though she could have. That year, she had been the top student at science in the entire province. Initially, her mother's health had still been fine and she had been able to hold part-time jobs. Lin Yen had scrimped and saved and worked part-time while studying. Thus, they had still managed to get through. However, during her high school exams, Lin Shuya had accidentally fallen into the water. This had triggered an old illness, as she had always been a sickly child. She had needed a hefty sum of money for her operation, but her father had been brainwashed by his mistress and stopped caring about Lin Shuya. She and her mother had racked their brains in an effort to raise the money, but to no avail. Her mother had even thought of seeking help from her grandfather. However, they knew that he wasn't doing well and owed people money. There was no way he could lend them the money. In the end, she had naively gone to look for her father and seen a woman exiting his car. The main reason for her mother and father's divorce had been her father's first love, Ma Monru. After Ma Monru had gotten married, she had led a pretty comfortable life. Soon, her husband had gone bankrupt and acquired a heavy debt. Thus, she would often play the pity card to attract her father's attention. Every time she was in trouble, her father would leave her mother behind and rush over. Her father had even helped Ma Monru get a lawyer to settle her divorce. Shortly after Ma Monru had gotten divorced, her father had forced her mother to sign the divorce papers. However, Ma Monru was a conniving, greedy woman. She knew that her father wasn't the best, so she had deliberately put off the idea of marrying him. However, she had been able to hold on to him, as her father was completely devoted to her. Lin Yen, who had been livid, had gone to look for Ma Monru. Lin Yuetong had blown up and slapped Lin Yen hard. He had pushed her into the water and continued to defend the other woman. Lin Yuetong had looked at her as if she was disgusting. He had seemed afraid that she would contaminate his Ma Monru and the precious relationship he had with her. He had probably wished that his daughters would vanish along with their mother. Chapter 84. Let me be myself. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 84. Let me be myself. Translator. Atlas Studios Editor. Atlas Studios. She had suppressed her humiliation and anger and humbly spoken to her father about her sister's illness. She had pleaded with him to save her. However, Lin Yuetong had replied, "Scram. Both your mother and you are bloodsuckers who are after my money. That night, she had slumped on the edge of the bed as she'd watched her dying sister. An overwhelming desperation and helplessness had engulfed her. She had desperately wished that she could be stronger. At the time, the top educational establishment in the country had offered her a scholarship. They would even give her an allowance so that her family could get by. However, this would be an utterly inadequate measure at that point in time. She'd had no intention of pursuing her studies and had thus delayed the application. Then, her youngest uncle had told her that an overseas car team had noticed her. They were willing to recruit her and promised to give her an advance payment. Her mother had fallen ill due to anxiety and worry. Her sister had also required treatment and long-term medication, which was expensive. She would need a huge sum of money, so she couldn't wait until she finished her studies in 4 years. There were too many unforeseen events that could arise at any time. In the end, Lin Yan had decided to give up on her studies. Instead, she had gone overseas and followed an arduous, challenging path. For fear that her mother would be worried, she had used a new identity and name overseas. She had rarely appeared in public as well. Hence, hardly anyone had known that the genius racer Yeva, who had taken the racing arena by storm, was a young Chinese girl. When she had later found out that the person who had destroyed her was her sister, the person whom she had used her life to protect, she had fallen apart completely. Whenever she thought of all this, her heart still ached. However, she was no longer filled with hatred. After all, hating someone involved feelings. Lin Yan managed a tiny smile as she pretended to grumble. "Sister Ling. Can you control Duo Duo?" Duo Duo snorted aloud. "What? Did I say anything wrong?" Even Zhao Hongling didn't know what to say. She glanced at Lin Yan and asked, "What do you think?" Lin Yan stroked her chin and picked up a pen. She flipped to a blank page and wrote a few words. "I think that this persona fits me." "What is that?" Duo Duo inched forward curiously. She saw that Lin Yan had written 2 words. Lin Yan. Lin Yan. What do you mean? Duo Duo was puzzled. Lin Yan expounded, "Forced personas aren't that effective. Furthermore, the fans would expose me too easily, and then we would only get the opposite of the desired result. Rather than fitting me into a mold, why don't you let me be myself? If I do whatever I want and show my true personality, there won't be any loopholes." Zhao Hongling fell silent for some time. "Are you certain?" she asked as she glanced at Lin Yan. Lin Yan spread her arms. "Is there another way out?" Duo Duo surveyed Lin Yan in horror. "Sister Ling, you can't allow her to do that. Look at how carefree she is right now. Look at her clothes. If you allow her to do whatever she wants." Lin Yan glanced sideways at her. "Duo Duo, my darling, why are you so mean? You might never get married." Duo Duo rolled her eyes. "Why would you care? It's fine. I want. Lin Yan turned to Zhao Hongling and said, "Sister Ling, I need an assistant. Can you give me Duo Duo?" "You want Duo Duo?" Zhao Hongling was surprised. She had assumed that Lin Yan didn't like Duo Duo. Chapter 85. Your name is nice. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 85. Your name is nice. Translator. Atlas Studios Editor. Atlas Studios, yes, you're right. I want Duo Duo. Lin Yan nodded furiously. Duo Duo turned pale out of fear. "No. I don't want to be your assistant. You're so hard to work with. Why don't you look for your ex-assistant, Xiao Lu? Go look for her." Lin Yan's previous assistant, Xiao Lu, had been hired by Lin Shuya. Lin Shuya had manipulated Xiao Lu and she had obliged out of fear. No one around Lin Yan had noticed that anything was amiss. Only Zhao Hongling had suspected and gone to interrogate Xiao Lu. Only then had Lin Yan informed Zhao Hongling that Xiao Lu had been recruited by her sister and there was nothing wrong with her. Zhao Hongling had warned her at the time that Lin Shuya was up to no good. However, Lin Yan had been despondent and broody during that period. Besides, she had fully trusted her sister, so she hadn't believed Zhao Hongling's warning. After discovering the truth, she had sacked Xiao Lu. Zhao Hongling contemplated briefly before saying, Duo, I will have to ask you to take care of Lin Yan. I don't feel assured leaving her in the hands of someone else. Duo didn't dare defy Zhao Hongling's orders. Thus, she turned and glared at Lin Yan with a glum expression. Why did you have to choose me? Lin Yan grinned mischievously. You're adorable and you always tell the truth. I need people like that to warn me constantly. Plus, your name is nice. Lin Yan stole a glance at Duo's work tag. Her name was Qian Duo 1. Qian Duo in Chinese means plenty of money. Excellent name. It was auspicious. Lin Yan patted Duo's shoulders and consoled her. Duo, don't look so gloomy. Be positive. You could be the assistant of the top actress in the entertainment industry in the near future. Duo watched her expressionlessly. Before that happens, I would probably be hacked to pieces by your haters. Despite her objections, the issue of Lin Yan's assistant had been settled. Zhao Hongling passed the contract for meeting one's match to Lin Yan and she signed it. Then, she briefed Lin Yan on her upcoming work arrangement. There will be an audition a week later and then filming will soon begin. I don't expect your acting to improve by leaps and bounds in a week. What I expect from you is to stay vigilant and behave yourself. Don't give me any additional trouble. Be patient and wait for all the scandals and public opinions to die down. I will get Duo to watch over you. You have to listen to her. Zhao Hongling warned her sternly. Lin Yan agreed readily. I'm fine with that. Zhao Hongling exhaled deeply and passed her a document. This is your work schedule. Your scenes aren't that many, so you will have plenty of waiting time. Be patient and don't grumble. If you're really bored, download some games on your phone to pass the time. Don't go seeking trouble whenever you feel bored. Zhao Hongling empathized with Lin Yan's plight and had decided to help her. However, she couldn't do much for Lin Yan given her current situation. Lin Yan herself would have to pull herself together. When Lin Yan heard Zhao Hongling, any explanation she tried to utter was choked in her throat. In the past, she had been listless every day so, naturally, she hadn't been fussy or problematic. However, Xiao Lu had pretended to convey her demanding requests to the crew on Lin Yan's behalf and demanded that Lin Yan's meals be ordered from Michelin restaurants. Lin Yan could only have coffee at a specific temperature. She had even refused to let anyone touch up Lin Yan's makeup. It was no wonder that Duo was horrified at the thought of becoming her assistant. However, she had no way of erasing her history and tarnished reputation. She could only fix things from this day onward. Lin Yan took the schedule and read it. She didn't have any filming scheduled on the day of her grandfather's team competition. Even if her cousin didn't need a navigator, she could still head down to have a look and help out. Chapter 86. Give us an answer. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 86. Give us an answer. Translator. Atlas Studios Editor. Atlas Studios. Back when Lin Yan had just returned from overseas, she would break down in despair whenever she saw anything related to racing. Once, when she had been filming for a variety show, Xiao Lu had suddenly passed the phone to her and showed her an article on racing. In the end, she hadn't been able to get herself together. She had acted as though her soul had left her body. It had been really awkward on the set, and she had been labeled the black hole of variety shows. Her acting was dreadful and horrible rumors of her reputation had spread, so even variety shows had refused to use her. Hence, her situation had gotten worse. Until the day of Pei Yutang's race, Lin Yan had actually still been affected deep down. That night, she had sat behind the steering wheel and felt the adrenaline rush caused by speed. She was then finally able to get rid of the prick in her heart. As Zhao Hongling continued to remind Lin Yan of some things she needed to take note of, the office door burst open violently. 5 managers charged in angrily one after another. Zhao Hongling resumed her impassive, stern expression as she glanced at them coldly. What is the matter? All of them looked livid, as though someone had committed a horrendous crime. The first one among them was a middle-aged man who slammed the desk and bellowed, "Zhao Hongling, you have the cheek to ask. You can't even retain an artist. Jiang Sifei is our company's cash cow. Do you know how badly our company will be affected if she is gone?" Exactly. You have gotten all of us into trouble. You have to be held responsible. Without Jiang Sifei, your sales results rank last. How are you even qualified to be the director of the artist department? Duo was really enraged by their accusations. Hey! All of you have gone overboard. Jiang Sifei was, after all, groomed by Sister Ling. Without Sister Ling, would our company even have a top artist? A female manager with defined makeup sneered coldly. How dare you bring this up? Didn't she groom the artist with the company's money? To groom Jiang Sifei, she used most of our funding and investment. Now that Jiang Sifei is gone, all her efforts have gone down the drain. Are you aware of the losses that the company has incurred? Duo snapped at them furiously. Nonsense. Sister Ling got most of the funding by going around to look for investors. Even if she did rely on the company, why didn't any of you produce a top artist? Duo was about to carry on, but Zhao Hongling stopped her. Duo, that's enough. The manager refused to stop this interrogation. Zhao Hongling, you have to give us an answer, no matter what. Her office door was ajar, and the rest of the artists and company staff were right outside. Zhao Hongling was an unyielding, aloof person. Hence, many people were gloating gleefully in silence, especially the artists who had always been overshadowed by Jiang Sifei. List artist folded her arms across her chest and snorted in disdain. Without Jiang Sifei, Zhao Hongling is nothing. How is she even fit to be the director? If she wasn't so overbearing and arrogant and hadn't stolen all the funding, would we have been in this state? She has finally gotten what she deserved. Some other artists chimed in. I second that. I reckon she is only fit to manage Lin Yan. Pfft. No wonder she asked Lin Yan to come back. She must be desperate. She is probably at her wit's end. The artists' gossiping voices grew louder, until everyone in the office could hear their conversation. Lin Yan, who was an innocent party, got dragged in once more. Chapter 87. Topping sales again. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 87. Topping sales again. Translator. Atlas Studios Editor. Atlas Studios. Zhao Hongling was attacked from all sides in an instant. Everyone wanted to drag her down. Zhao Hongling's work performance and sales were usually terrific, so no one had been able to do anything to her. This time, they had taken advantage of the fact that Jiang Sifei was jumping ship to get rid of her. Thus, it was hard for Zhao Hongling to get away. She was aware of this, so she inhaled deeply. She surveyed everyone and announced, "This is indeed my fault. I will resign from my position as director." She was never one to shun responsibility. In the end, Jiang Sifei had indeed abandoned the company while she had been under her care. That was a solid fact. Duo protested aloud. Sister Ling. Everyone present had obviously been waiting for Zhao Hongling to resign. They all gloated gleefully and began to make sarcastic remarks. This is what you should do. So many people in the company are watching you. How could you answer to us considering your sales figures? Suddenly, Lin Yan, who was supposed to be trying to lay low and minimize her presence, strolled slowly to the middle of the room. The girl scanned everyone and said lazily, "Hold on. What is the rush? Everyone's expression darkened as they watched Lin Yen impatiently. Who are you to talk? Lin Yen ignored them and rattled on. What is the fuss? It's only Jiang Sifei. All of you are making a mountain out of a molehill. In 3 months, I will help Sister Ling get back all the sales she's lost. She will top the sales again. The moment Lin Yen finished speaking, the room went silent. Everyone gazed at Lin Yen as though they were looking at an idiot. Even Zhao Hongling and Duo were dumbfounded. Seconds later, everyone roared with laughter. Ha ha ha. Lin Yen, you must be out of your mind. How could you make such a joke? You have been banned from the entertainment industry. It was mere luck that you clinched a small supporting role, yet you have once again shamelessly used another top award-winning actor's name to boost your popularity. You are already the most blacklisted name right now. We would be thankful if you didn't drag the company down with you, but now you want to earn money for the company. I reckon she won't be able to keep that supporting role for long. Who would dare to use such a troublesome actress? How dare she compare herself to Jiang Sifei? Lin Yen remained composed despite everyone's criticism. She managed to smile as she said, everyone will know if I fail or succeed after I've tried. What's the problem? Are you not confident in yourselves? Are you afraid of losing to me and in turn failing to top the sales chart? The managers' faces were all ashen when they heard her. You are spewing nonsense. You are just a daydreaming idiot. Lin Yen waved her hands. That's easily solved. Since everyone is so confident that I will fail, why don't we make a bet? No one had expected that Lin Yen would interfere. Thus, they all began to talk among themselves. Zhao Hongling had toiled for years, and the management could see her effort. The managers knew that even if they forced her to resign, the management might not approve immediately. Perhaps, with the help of this fool, Lin Yen, they might get rid of Zhao Hongling sooner than expected. When that time came, Zhao Hongling's reputation would be tarnished and she would be totally destroyed. Hence, one of the managers stepped forward. All right. We will give you 3 months. If Director Zhao doesn't produce top sales, she will need to fulfill the promise she made today. Then, they left the room. Duo, who was fuming in anger, lashed out once everyone was gone. Lin Yen. What did you do? Why did you try to harm Sister Ling when she has been so nice to you? Chapter 88. Building an Empire. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 88. Building an Empire. Translator. Atlas Studios Editor. Atlas Studios, Duo. Zhao Hongling shook her head and interrupted Duo. Then, she sighed softly to herself. Forget it. At least we have 3 more months. However, she couldn't change anything during these 3 months. Duo still felt indignant on her behalf. But she caused more trouble. Lin Yen blinked. Maybe I could really succeed. Then advertisements, variety shows, and movie offers will start rolling in and we will top the sales again. Duo's face hardened. If you bring in the most revenue, I will listen and obey every one of your commands and serve you tea. Zhao Hongling arranged a car for Duo to take Lin Yen back home. Duo warned her stiffly when they reached the ground level. Be careful when you head out in the future. We don't have the money to hire bodyguards for you. Don't get killed by the fans. Lin Yen grinned. Got it. Why would I die so easily? I still need to help you and Sister Ling build an empire. Duo snapped, an empire of haters. Lin Yen was speechless. Couldn't they have a pleasant conversation? Lin Yen gazed in the direction of the haters and sighed. Pfft. This batch of haters is not up to the standard. They didn't even recognize me. Their loyalty is questionable. Duo was exasperated by her. Stop dawdling and get in the car. Lin Yan was just about to get in the car when they suddenly heard a commotion coming from the haters. They were charging towards her aggressively. Lin Yan. It's Lin Yan. Lin Yan, you be *tch. How dare you set your eyes on my beloved idol? I will fight you. Come on, sisters. Let's wallop this be *tch. A moment later, wilted vegetables, stones and rotten eggs were hurled in their direction. Duo pulled the wilted vegetables out of her hair, looking incensed. You are a jinx. They recognized you. Isn't that great? Lin Yan, who had disguised herself completely, raised her eyebrows in puzzlement. How could this be? They shouldn't have been able to recognize me. I have underestimated them. Duo, who was fuming, hissed, someone in the company must have tipped them off. Lin Yan replied, why are they so callous? We are from the same company after all. Who could be so wicked? Duo retorted, everyone in the company hates you. How would I know? Lin Yan was speechless. Duo urged her. Get in now. It was a matter of life and death. Lin Yan and Duo got inside swiftly and the car sped off. It has been a long while since I received such a passionate treatment from them. Lin Yan pressed her palm against her chest and sighed. Duo rolled her eyes in response. They couldn't locate your whereabouts, so they had to stalk you at the company. This is just a small group of them. Once filming starts, everyone will know where you are. When that time comes, all the haters will be there to ambush you. We will really be dead meat. Think of how you want to die that day. Lin Yan's heart felt as though it had been pierced by countless arrows. She glanced at Duo's name tag silently, her spirits improving marginally. Duo glanced out of the window and noticed some cars trailing behind them. There were even some reporters. Duo was anxious as she implored, Sir, please drive faster. This route isn't easy. Besides, I've exceeded the speed limit. The driver grumbled. He sounded as though he was reluctant to do this job. Duo glared at Lin Yan and lectured her. It's all your fault. Sister Ling is already swamped with trouble, and now she has to take care of you. You will drag her down even more. The driver was perspiring. They are too close to us. I'm afraid I can't shake them off. Chapter 89. Let Me Drive. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 89. Let Me Drive. Translator. Atlas Studios Editor. Atlas Studios. Duo was extremely anxious. What should we do? If they catch up with us, the consequences will be disastrous. Lin Yan was deep in thought as she carefully observed the road ahead of them. She turned her head and glanced at the cars behind before she said, Old Zhang, get out of the car at the next traffic junction. Let me drive. Old Zhang looked bewildered. Ha! Let you drive. Duo was furious. Lin Yan, what are you up to again? I thought you didn't know how to drive. Lin Yan replied, I know. Duo glared at her. What kind of nonsense is that? Stop lying to me. Once, we didn't have enough drivers and Sister Ling asked you to drive back home. You simply refused to and chose to take public transport. In the end, you got ambushed by your haters. Did you forget that? In that case, Lin Yan knew that she had been at fault. She really hadn't been able to drive at that point in time, as she had still been badly affected during that period. The repercussions had been very serious. She would feel giddy whenever she touched a car, so she'd had no choice but to take public transport. Lin Yan could only say, I couldn't drive in the past. I just got my license. Old Zhang didn't sound too happy. I have years of driving experience and I can't shake them off. How could a new driver like you dream of shaking them off? Young people these days are really arrogant. The car had reached the traffic junction amid their argument. Lin Yan knew she didn't have time to clarify, so she opened the door and got out. Duo shrieked in shock. Lin Yan. Are you nuts? Lin Yan repeated, get out. Old Zhang had no choice but to exit the car. At that moment, the red light was about to change. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. The red light turned green. Lin Yan stepped on the accelerator and overtook the car ahead, nearly brushing against it. Duo clenched the seatbelt in horror as she yelled, Lin Yan. Stay calm. I'd rather be surrounded by reporters than die with you. Lin Yan extended an arm and touched her ear. Duo, if you continue to yell so loudly, I might die from your yells before an accident kills me. Duo bellowed, don't use only one hand to drive. Duo's yell stopped just as Lin Yan made a drift around a corner and successfully turned into a road on the right. Ah! Duo shrieked shrilly. Even the driver held onto the handle for dear life. How did director Zhao find such a crazy artist? Soon, both of them realized that. Lin Yan may have seemed as though she was driving recklessly, but she had actually gained absolute control of the car. It felt like she was using a remote control to steer it. She was precise and accurate as she overtook the cars one by one. She didn't brush against any of the vehicles and she even remembered to abide by the traffic rules and signal as well. Duo peeked at the girl through the rearview mirror. She was wearing a mask, so her face was hidden. Her eyes, however, were as calm as still waters and as sharp as daggers. She had never seen Lin Yan like this before. Incredibly, she felt at ease. She was lost in her train of thoughts when Lin Yan made another beautiful swerve and turned into a narrow road. This road was exceedingly narrow, so one would crash into the fields if one was not careful enough, not to mention if the driver was speeding. Their car sped on smoothly just like a wild horse galloping on a vast plain without reins. In no time, they had left the cars behind and moved way ahead. Chapter 90. I Am Me, a firework of a different color. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 90. I Am Me, a firework of a different color. Translator. Atlas Studios Editor. Atlas Studios. Lin Yan swerved left and right as she sped past the woods and alleys. When Duo and the driver snapped back to reality completely, there was no sight of the paparazzi and the haters anymore. After some time, Lin Yan was finally sure that she had shaken all the cars off. Duo and the driver sat there in a daze, trying to recover from their shock. Old Zhang had been a driver for decades, so he could tell that Lin Yan was an exceptionally good driver. He studied her, looking at her in a new light. Miss Lin, where did you learn how to drive? You don't look like a new driver. Duo muttered under her breath. Those paparazzi are just like plaster. It's impossible to peel them off if they catch up with us. It's pure luck that you managed to shake them off. Duo eyed Lin Yan sternly and said, this was an unusual situation. I forbid you to drive like this in the future. If she were to drive like she had today, she couldn't imagine what would happen. Lin Yan obeyed readily. Yes, Madam Duo. At Maple River Residences. Upon getting home, Lin Yan began to draw up a plan. Although Star Entertainment wasn't a huge company, trying to bring in the most revenue in 3 months was still a difficult task. Even after Jiang Sifei's departure, there were several B.list artists who were quite talented and capable. In fact, the C.list artists were not too bad either. Although she was quite well known, her reputation was too horrible. If she didn't break away from it and try to undo it, she would be stuck with this horrible label forever. Other than improving her image and getting rid of these rumors and scandals, there was only one way for her to stand firmly in this industry. By developing her acting skills. Improving her image would take time, and only talent and skills would allow her to stand up bravely to this criticism. When she looked back on the period after her return, she lamented over wasting an entire year being manipulated and backstabbed and living like a soulless shell. She had taken on the responsibility of taking care of her family ever since she had been 15 years old. She had gone overseas and embarked on a new journey at 18 years old and fallen off from the peak of her career at 22. At 23 years old, she had been betrayed by her loved ones. She had gone through the toughest, most trying period in her life. What else would she be afraid of? Worst-case scenario, she would start all over again. Lin Shuya had controlled and manipulated her before. Now, she would be the one making plans for herself. Lin Yan decided to start from her Weibo account. That account had been created by Lin Shuya, so she didn't feel at ease using it. Besides, all the content and posts were too humiliating and shameful. Hence, she registered a new account. Her nickname was, "The only way to solve your worries is to get rich." She used a photo of a pet kitten that she used to have. She had saved that stray kitten from the streets and now the kitten was at the shelter. Lin Yan posted her first update on Weibo, "I am me, I'm a firework of a different color." After she posted her first update, she used her old account to make an announcement. "Darlings, I've stopped using this account. Welcome to my new Weibo account." As soon as Lin Yan posted this, her haters convened and fired bullets at her. F***ck. Who is your darling? Don't be so disgusting. I want to puke. This scheming B***tch is using tricks again. She thought that by changing to a new account, her history would be erased. She is too stupid. Lin Yan's new account swelled with thousands of followers in no time. Lin Yan scanned the account names briefly. Most of them were her loyal haters who would flock to scold her wherever she went. Soon, her new account was flooded with hate messages. Lin Yan was admiring their creative messages and content when suddenly a message caught her eye. It stood out among the rest of the messages.